G'day and welcome to another Let's Play. This is Keplerth. Now I have played it a little bit and still finding my way around it. I stumbled on the game a couple of days ago and the description is you woke up and you found yourself lying in a habitation pot. You've got no food, no clothes, no nothing. Gather resources, craft useful items, build your home, tame wild animals. Fight strange creatures to survive this dangerous world. That is all we have. Yeah, it's a little bit like RimWorld, and I'm sure you've sort of read that in descriptions, a little bit like Terrania, Starbound as well. So put those together and I think you'll sort of get something out of Keplerth. So let's give it a go. So start off with, we do our character generation. It's kind of cute, a little bit different. So you can pick through half elf, walking speed, elf, increase your speed by 10%, attack speed by 10% for a dark elf. Orc is attack increased by 1 point, defense by 3 points. Mummy, 1 hit point every 2 seconds. Boarman, defense by 5. Human, barbarian. You know what? I'm going to go mummy just because I just like the look of it. Sex unknown. All right, skin. Let's get ourselves a nice little colour there. That's a great colour. Throw ourselves in there and we're good to go. Let's grab ourselves a seed.
Hello, welcome to your new home. We have arrived at an eco-colony built by our company on a planet called Keplerth. You have just spent 273 years in suspended animation. System is now about to examine your body. Please display them in my body.
Alright, we are up. Hey, here we are. Obviously something has gone wrong. Now, before you actually start the game, you get a choice between 3 levels. I think it's simple, classic, and hardcore. Simple is when you die, you come back and you get everything when you wake up. And you wake up, in this case, you're going to wake up in the same sort of cryogenics or hibernation pod, whatever you want to call it, cryopod, until you build your first bed. The second one is the classic mode, where when you die, you come back to the cryopod, but all your equipment is left where you died. So you actually have to sort of find your little gravestone and find your equipment. Hardcore, you lose your equipment and you lose your life. You just have one life. And I would say in the small amount that I've played this game, be prepared to die a lot because I certainly have found that. So first of all, you have to punch yourself out of the base. You've got 2 keys, B and C. B denotes your backpack, C is your crafting. And to start off with, you can craft your torch, campfire, so forth. Very basic, simple. Your workbench is what you need to build yourself up to. So we need to make ourselves an axe and also a pickaxe, just so we can actually start getting materials. So we're just punching a few boxes here. You'll see a few animals. You would have seen a few goats down here. One thing that I do like, or I find that's interesting with the Keplerth that we're playing, is it's both above ground and below ground. So you've got a little entrance down here where you can enter into a underground system. Once again, it's broken as well, and you can see that it goes into a cave system. Now, I'd recommend not jumping too far into the cave system until you've got yourself sort of a little bit of armor and sort of sorted yourself out, because the creatures pack a little bit of punch. So let's grab ourselves some stones. From memory, I need 6 stones. So we got some goats there. So also need a little bit of food and water. Food, there you got berry bush. You've also got trees as well. So until you've got yourself something to defend yourself with, I'd recommend staying close to your base. what do we got there? We got 8 of those. There you go. There's the first guy that wants to. It isn't too happy. And we've got some cactuses there. Hit the C, and let's do a pickaxe to start off with. Okay, there's a pickaxe, so we just need 6 more stone. And I find that trees a little bit easier to sort of chop down than the stone. Maybe it's just me. But let's go get our stone. It's only 1 hit now. We've spawned ourselves in a desert location, so I'm sort of thinking that it's not going to be the easiest. I do not know if we can pickaxe a tree. We cannot. So we can either punch it, but we actually need stones at the moment. So let's go find ourselves some stones without running into that little fella again. Some stones there. Chickens. So we've got chickens and goats, and we've got an unhappy little orc there. So we're just going to keep distance from them at the moment. We do have a pickaxe, so that is, it does have 4 damage, so that's better than nothing. But spawning in the desert doesn't help. So the next best thing, and I know I said stay out of here until you've made some things, but we'll come down here because we'll be able to get some stone, hopefully. Well, there we go. And this is what I mean about be prepared to die. Stones here. To regenerate your health, might as well show you that now. Just press your B, find apples and cherries to start off with, and that will do your health at the same time. Now you can find these little orange things that also spawn now that we're in a more of a greener pasture. We need 1 more stone. So let's get ourselves full health. The other thing with the game as well is be careful at night. So I would suggest until you're comfortable with your setup, what do we need for bow? No, we need axe is what we're after. We still need 1 stone. Let's see what this boar's like. I've got a funny feeling it may not go well. No, it went okay. So let's go get that stone and make ourselves a axe. There we go. So once again, the axe does 4 damage as well, so it's the same. Now let's go trot down some trees. So I'd probably suggest that if you get a similar spawn to what we've got at the moment here, is I'd even consider sort of maybe getting another spawn, which puts you in a different biome. I think the desert biome is probably a tough one to start off with. As you can see here, once you get out of the desert biome, you get a nice collection of stone and that to work with. Alright, I'm just going to go collect all this. So we're going to collect this and then we're going to head back to our base. So we'll see you back when we're at our base. Okay, welcome back. So we've now made our way back to your base, and you can see that we've got a little bit of wood and a little bit of stone. It doesn't take long to sort of do the gathering. So we're just going to clear the area. You can see a fairly ugly bunny there. Once you're collecting your wood as well, you'll find that you actually get your acorn seeds, so don't throw them away. They are very useful. So we're just going to clear a little bit of this sand. Basically, you can build your base with any of these resources. So you can make walls out of any of the resources that you find, the sand, the soil, the ice, the snow, anything you actually want itself. So the first thing that I'd probably recommend is just sealing your base, so you've got somewhere once it gets night that you can sort of have a little bit of protection. So we're going to build ourselves a workbench, throw some wood in there. Q is to move it around if you want to take it on a different angle or something like that. But we're just going to drop that here. The next thing we've got is a fireplace, and they've actually got us a fireplace over here, and that's what we can use for our meat. And we've also got some resources over here. I think it's copper. So you just punch it. Let's just have a quick punch into here. It is copper. There you go. So that's handy. The copper itself would be a resource that you'll use to start making better weapons, and it's probably the first resource that you'll find in some sort of quantity. But by having a workbench, which we had before, it allows you to create doors. Now, once again, you can create doors out of any resource. You don't have to waste your wood. In this case, I'm going to save it a little bit because the wood is not in plentiful supply yet. So I'm just going to create a couple of sand doors and a sand wall. But you don't need to create the sand wall, I find. What you can do, it must actually, so you throw your sand in here. Oh, we've used all our sand. We'll throw dirt in here then. So you can see it's starting to get a little bit dark, so we just want to set up and make sure we lock off our base before we go in there. So drop the doors in there, rotate the same as your other one. Yes, that clumping away, you can actually see that the AI itself also builds. That's okay. Next thing we want to do is just build a couple of tools, so we can actually build. No, it will be the anvil. We will build a bow. Press C, create the bow. Make ourselves some stone arrows, wood and stone, and you get them in sets of 10. Now, also you do have limited bag space. So with your arrows themselves, just by right clicking, it actually then takes your arrows and puts them over here in your ammunition, so that just gives you an extra slot in your bag. We're going to get ourselves a few resources, but as we're getting dark, we're going to head downstairs for this one, but we are just going to be cautious. Same thing, we want to not venture too far and use the opportunity to just seal off downstairs. In this case, we're going to seal a little bit differently. We're just going to not build a purpose-built wall, but just by pressing the 6 here, dropping it down. So it's not a solid wall, but you're just closing off the area itself. Just because you've closed off the area, and this is actually an important part of the game, I've been caught out so many times, just because you've sealed off the area doesn't mean that things will not spawn. It appears that things will spawn out of line of sight in this game. So you can see you've got some dogs and that which come in during the night time. The other thing you've got is these little chests here, so just make sure if you see a chest, right click it, and you're bound to find some sort of items. And also lights. So we've got our lights that we had before, or your little torches. Just drop the torches like so, and it will give you a area of light. That you can see around. So we just want to seal off this area. As I said, it doesn't guarantee that you're not going to run into something, but it will help just in the early stages while you do a little bit of mining. So we're just going to grab all this dirt again. So that's sealed off to some extent. What I've heard is build a lot of doors, like actually define rooms. I haven't confirmed it myself, but they appear that if you can confine it within a room, like build a room, throw a door on it, does seem to stop the spawning of the or the random spawning of these creatures. So let's lock that one in. So we've basically sealed up downstairs now, so we're happy with that. We do need to get a little bit of food, so that was the warning. We don't have anything at the moment, but what we do have is these little plackets here, which are cookies. We've got a little container here, so we'll see what we've got in this container. More cookies. Excellent. So let's snack on those cookies. Just right click. The sun starts to come up around about 4 AM. So you just need to find something to do between the night and the morning. Now what I've, once again, this is just my recommendation, but I would say certainly in early game, don't just wander around. By wandering around, you're just opening yourself to sort of get taken out. I'm going to build just temporarily to close that off. And we're going to drop our little fire. Not that we've got anything to cook with yet. Drop our little fire in the corner. Also brings in some light itself. So that means we've got our workbench there. And we've got our fire for cooking for just for the start. Now we open it up. Whoops, wrong one. Open it up. First thing we're going to do is just build ourselves a little chest. Having a look what you've got here. So you've got yourself your workbench, which we've built already. Not sure what the second workbench is. You've got your furnace, your anvil, and your stove. So with your stove itself, it's actually stone to make, and that will actually make a better class of food. Feeding trough for the animals, firearms, workbench, self-sufficient, door and wall, fences, tables and chairs. It appears the tables and chairs are really just for anesthetics and that. I'm not seeing a purpose for the tables and chairs at this stage. The bed is for relocating your spawn point for sleeping. The Tiki Torch just has it's a brighter torch, and it just adds an extra piece of wood to it, so it's very easy. You're literally just adding the torch and some wood. and it just has a stronger burning point. So it's quite nice to actually put around the outside of your base, just so you can see itself. You don't worry about losing your torches just by punching them. You can reclaim them and then replace them anytime that you actually want. But we're just going to build ourselves a chest at the moment. What do we got abundance of? We don't have an abundance of everything, but we'll just do it out of wood. And we will drop our chest. That will allow us to just drop things in there that we're not screaming for at the moment. We'll keep the acorns because we're going to use them very shortly. And let's use the rest of the time. It's 3 AM now. Let's just head downstairs and get a few more things. Actually, no, I'm just going to drop some more torches around the place. So we'll see the example of the Tiki Torch in a second. So a nice little thing is you can place things from the other side of the wall, which actually does help for elements like this. You just want to see what's around you. You can see what the distance is, and then drop these things down. Just gives you a little bit of visibility. Alright, so there's 3 AM, the sun should start coming up soon. So we should be fairly safe, hopefully. No, that was a completely, as you see, the dogs just come out of the blue, they're quicker than you. And they bite. So the bad thing about this now is that dog will stay there, including the morning itself. So we are going to have to kill this dog, but they bite. They will rip through you. One thing, because it is becoming daylight, if I go downstairs, I'm not saying this is a bug, but if you go downstairs, sometimes you'll find that they will disappear. Just wait till 5 AM until it's fully daylight, and then we'll come back when it's 5 AM, 5 or 6 AM. We're going to use the wood that we had before, and within the benches itself we're going to create fences. So let's drop our wood in there. Make ourselves some fences. We will also need to make ourselves some more doors. And we just place our fences down. Now, so the reason we use the fences is for our animals. Here's our first one. At this stage in the game, it appears I've only seen 3 types of animals. So we've got goats, which you've seen. 4 types. My mistake. Goats, chickens, cows, and pigs. going to do it? No, that's fine. I am going to do this a little bit differently, just also to try and gain some ground. Interesting enough, I will, in the process, collect some animals. We need to get some more wood. So let's do some chopping. We've actually made it quite big. I can take these ones. All right, we will come back once we finish the little pens. Okay, welcome back. It's starting to get a little bit dark as it hits 7 p.m. So normally you get obviously the 12 hours. You can survive up to about, you can survive any time at night, but just make it easier. So, but we have made our, just going to get some more Tiki Torches here. Some wood, 1, 2, 3, just so I've got one up myself. We've made ourselves our little pens as it starts to get dark. So here's 4, not evenly spaced. A pig has made its way into the first pen already, so clearly that's going to be the pig pen. I don't know how it works in regards to sizes, in regards to growth rate. I tend to get sort of 4 or 5 animals within a pen, something around this size or something a little bit smaller. I've just put a nice share of items. Just put some torches out here so I can see around, and that will help since we've got that crazed bunny that I can see. Now, to collect your animals, you need to push them. Yes, that's correct. You need to push them. So like that, line it up. He will move. But sometimes they get stunned. Once you get them stunned, it makes life a lot easier. So there's the first one. That simple. Maybe it's not. Whoops, out of arrows. One of the good things about having the pen. So what I'm also going to do is just put a little bit of light in the middle here. We've accidentally got 2 torches here, so we're just going to borrow one of these. But they're easy to make. So to make the torches, just wood and the grass we're picking up. So we'll make a few of those. We'll convert them into Tiki Torches just so they burn a little bit brighter. Let me get a few of those, and we will drop them around the base. Okay, welcome back. We've gone for a little bit of a hunt and we got some wood. Now you can see that we're wearing some armour because fortunately I was fighting away, and one of the little characters that decided to attack me also was kind enough to drop a set of inferior scale armour. So inferior it may be, but it's better than what I was wearing at the time, which was a set of bandages. So we've got that. We can see that we're a little bit hungry. We were able to find some pigs on the way as well, so I kindly killed them just to sort of get a little bit of food ready for the next stage. So we're going to finish off. We're going to start building our troughs. So let's go for 4 troughs. We're going to build these out of wood. Once again, you can build them out of any material, and maybe I should be building them out of sand or something like that, since we have more of an abundance. But we're going to have an abundance of wood very shortly. That will get us the 4 troughs. Let's head down here. Let's drop our troughs somewhere handy. Now the reason I'm dropping it here is because I can access it from the other side of the wall, same as this one here. And hopefully, yes, I can access it from there. Now with the troughs, you can put grass in there, but you can also put apples and cherries in there as well. So it may be better to start off with grass at the beginning. Literally shift left click allows you to collect the number, drop them in there, and that should see our goats at least breeding. Let's just fill all these troughs up, and then we'll put some things in there. And the last one. There we go. All right, all the troughs are full, and we've got ourselves a little bit of a farm. And now either this pig was pregnant, or, as I said before, once you actually put some food, it allows them to produce. I haven't quite understood or confirmed the theory yet, but I think in some cases you only need one to start the breeding cycle, as weird as that may sound. But anyway, let's grab our other pig. We all know it should be 2. Come on, piggy. Now push the pig this way. Come on, piggy, off to the market. And then up. Open the door. Perfect. And it's straight into the food already, so don't know why it was hesitant. So we want some chickens and some cows. Not some rabbits, but I did see chickens. Yes, we do see chickens over here. Oops. Let's get that chicken in there. Come on. Here we go. Done. Yes, I don't have a door at the top, but I'm not too concerned. It's not going to get anywhere. It's just going to walk into the other base. Let's grab this other chicken. This one looks more like a hen. The other one looks like a rooster, but I don't think it works out that way. I think they're just all asexual at the moment. Come on. And yes, it is as hard as it looks, corralling chickens. Not that I've tried to corral a chicken in real life. Come on. There's food in here and everything. Come on. Yes. Okay, so there is food in there. They can go for the food if they want it. Our pigs are breeding. You'll find actually the pigs and stuff, they go different sizes. It's all weird. Now we don't need this other chicken, but I do need its meat. So I'm going to take this opportunity to get some chicken meat. It also appears it doesn't matter what size the animals are, they just give you one piece of meat. So you don't need to wait for the cows or the pigs to grow up to the larger size. You can just choose to kill the pigs or the cows at any stage, and it will drop you one meat. So now we have it. We've got chickens, we've got goats, we've got pigs, we've got a little pen here waiting for cows. We will find the cows tomorrow. We've got our trees growing, we've got our berries growing, and we've got our apples growing. So I think that's a really good start to your base, and I think then you can have a level of sustainability to help you to actually start expanding and then growing. So I'm going to call it there. I'll try and get it down to around about 30 minutes. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. As just a starting out for Kepler. I enjoy the game, and I look forward to having a couple more episodes. If you like it, don't forget to hit the likes, hit the subscribe if you'd like to see more of Kepler or other videos I do. And if you have any comments, please leave them below so we can help grow this episode as well. Thank you, and happy gaming.